चंचल चतुर अंगुरिया जिस पर चंचल चतुर, चंचल चतुर अंगुरिया जिस पर कनक मुंदरिया साजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे। पीली मुंदरी अंगूरी शाम, बमा बाबा निनी बाबा निनी बनी बनी निनी बमा बाबा गमा बजानी, pani zagare gare ni zare ni zama gare zare ni zama gare zani ni dhani ni zani ni zani ni dhani ni zare zani zani nini bama baga ma bazani bani da ma bazani nini dama tamana baga pa ma baga ma bani, पीली मुंदरी अंगूरी मुंदरी पर राधा का नाम, मुंदरी पर राधा का नाम।
आकर देखे सुने मधुर सुर, आकर देखे सुने मधुर सुर, राधा गोरी लाजे, बाजे मुरलिया
बाजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, अधर धरे हो अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, होठ पे माया विराजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे। नी za da da re re za 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 ni za za re ga re ga re ga re re za re ni za da da re re za sa re ni ma pa।
भूल गई राधा भरी गगरिया, भूल गई राधा भरी गगरिया, भूल करे गोधन को सावरिया, भूल करे गोधन को सावरिया।
जाने न जाने तेरो न जाने, जाने न जाने तेरो न जाने, जाने न जाने तेरो न जाने, जाने अध जगराजे, बाजे मुरलिया
बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया
बाजे, बाजे बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर,
अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, प्रेम पे माया विराजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे,
बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, मुरलिया बाजे, मुरलिया बाजे।
कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरा बारंबार प्रणाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरा बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरा बारंबार प्रणाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरा बारंबार।
ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पता न शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं, भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरु स शिवः प्रोक्तः, यः शिवः स गुरुस्मृतः। विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतर्मगः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे उल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्न तैत्रवैत्रैकपाणये प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवैत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगत् श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर Hari Om. We'll chant from third verse. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Arurukshor Munir Yogam Karma Karanamuchyate Yogarudhasya Tasyaiva Shamah Karanamuchyate Yada hinendriyartheshu न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसंकल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानम् नात्मानम् अवसादये आत्मैव यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत् वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत्. We had seen this chapter started with external qualifications called Bahirang Sadhana for meditation. And in the external qualification, first qualification was samatvam. Samatvam means regarding the what you are facing, you don't develop a very indiscriminate impression. Your violent reactions and emotions are not there. You have emotions, but you are not emotionally uncontrolled. Situations create a thought, but thought don't become such that they divert me from my main goal. The forgetfulness of God or some issue becoming bigger than God, bigger than truth, is called your failure to deal with it. If some person's reaction, some success, some failure, some incident has become bigger than your devotion, that means you did not handle it well. And the cause of not handling was that godliness in the heart was lesser than the worldliness. When worldliness in my heart, not outside, worldliness in my heart is lesser than my godliness, then worldliness dissolves in godliness. When godliness is lesser, then godliness dissolves in worldliness. One dominates, one overpowers. So I did not develop. Situations will come, good, bad, words. Honor will be there, dishonor will be there. Money will be there, poverty will be there, good health will be there, bad health will be there. Praises will be there, abuses will be there, bereavements will be there, birth will be there. This is the nature of the world. World does not have an entry. It is our worldliness that allows the entry. But when I am weak, when you say, no, I'm weak in this situation, because this situation is creating lot of thoughts and uncontrolled thoughts. Your God, your Ram Bhagwan, your Krishna Bhagwan, your Hanumanji, your Durgaji has become smaller in your heart. If he was bigger, then you would have said, anyway God is with me. Anyway God will see. Anyway it's not a big thing. When Ramji told Sita ji that if you go to the forest, lot of demons are there and lot of, it's a wild forest, so lions are there. You know what Sita ji said? He said, agreed. But you are not saying that you are also there. When you are there with me, how can they even dare to look at me? Batao acha. People say I am devotee also. And people say I am, very angry also. How is it possible? People say I am devotee also. And then say this has upset me a lot also. How is it possible? You cannot say like that. Then you say, no, I forget the Godhead those times. You can say like that. At that moment, my God is not that big because I have not done sufficient practice about it. Or my effort is less, whatever is the situation. But I lack in handling the situation. Situation is handling me now. People's responses handle me. That is called man-handling, not God-handling. So you are man-handled, not God-handled. So the process of the purification of the heart through the action, through your office, through your family, is making your heart so bigger in God that situations, responses of the world don't have a driver's seat. They are still in the car. They are back seat. Or they are on the next seat. Front seat. But at the most. But driver's seat is I know how to drive. In my hand is the steering. In my hand is the clutch or the brake. That is in God's hand. Buddhim tu sarathim viddhi. Understood? So sometimes if you feel I am upset, I am unhappy, I am sad, I am angry, so I will only say one thing. Please go back in your sadhana room and do lot of sadhana so that the thing should become only one of the things of the world and not a personal joy and personal sorrow. This was the first portion discussed in the 6th chapter. ठीक है ना? बोले एकदम ठीक है, don't worry. I know everything. I know everything. Only thing I am very influenced by everybody. अच्छा. In my life, worldliness is too much. But I am regular in my jap. No, jap is regular, but that amount of jap is very less in comparison to amount of vasana in ego you have. Point is this. I am not saying you are not regular, but that is very less in the quantity. Only but I have no time, that doesn't matter. But I'm just telling. You have to, that will I maintain attitude of samarpan? That attitude is not sufficient. You have to put little more effort. This is the first point of this chapter. Second point of this chapter, this was in first and second verse. Right, no? Dekho. So nice is the life. Imagine Ramji's life. Situations come, he is smiling, he is on the top of every situation. As if a dust has passed in his mind. Anybody insulting, anybody gives him praise. It doesn't overpower him. It doesn't make him out of control. It doesn't make him carried away. That is called samatvam. First is the samatvam. This samatvam is for what? This is mentioned in the third and fourth verse. In the third and fourth verse, the goal of this is, it was mentioned that from samatvam, try to become, ultimately aim to become a student of meditation. Student of meditation means one who is having a total focus, whole attention is on oneself or one God. And for that, but it's very difficult for me, I can't be in solitude. Okay, but you can aim. You need not be there because you are not fit, but you can aim, and that is called Arurukshu. Learn to become Arurukshu. From Sansari, from Bubukshu, become Arurukshu. Bubukshu means desirous of enjoying, eating. And Arurukshu means desirous of climbing. So learn to raise your standards. You should desire for some bigger experience. Don't be satisfied by a very small experience. There is a bigger goal. You have to see that I become Arurukshu. That means I have the desire to get out of all sorrows, and therefore I want to become Yoga Rud, or I want to be a meditative student. For that, this was third. And how do I know I am a meditative student? Then third step was that I have gathered dispassion. This was the fourth verse. Dispassion means that action, fruit of action, sankalp, etc., I don't have. Like you have dispassionate with the, supposing you see somebody giving you a lump of clay. So, the lump of clay somebody offered you, and as you will see a lump of clay, similarly you see your honor. As you see a lump of clay, similarly you see 1,000 people clapping for you. Bole 1,000? One I can't take. ये सब बनाना पड़ता है. It is not that simple here. If you don't have dispassion, then you will fall down. I'll see that. So first was samatvam, second was arurukshu, third is dispassion. Fourth is the fifth verse which you saw yesterday. And what was that verse talking about? Self-effort. How to reach that state? You have to put self-effort. Don't leave it to God and destiny, what you can do. You see, na? God helps those who help themselves. The proverb we have been hearing. So I told yesterday, grace comes to the person who puts lot of effort. So know that this is the area of your hard work. Means what? Means that you push yourself slightly. means that you are, walking on the road is one thing. You don't have to push yourself. But when you climb the staircase or a mountain, you slightly force yourself. Because there is resistance from the gravitational force. If you climb Kedarnath or you go to Kailash, you have to force yourself slightly. And some people push from behind. But you have to push slightly. It is difficult because it is not in your habit. Some things are difficult, not because it is difficult per se, but you have not practiced it, therefore it is difficult. Anything difficult is because you have not done it properly for a long time. One who doesn't sing, singing is difficult. But for a singer, singing is very spontaneous. For somebody who doesn't by heart, by hearting is difficult. But one who is by hearted, for him it is very easy. For one who doesn't sit, sitting is difficult. But one who has practiced sitting is very easy. So point is that you are going in an area where nobody can help you. Well, God will help me. God will help after seeing that you are really thirsty for His help. Nobody can make you a saint from outside. He can create a situation for you at the most. Teacher can create a situation of learning. Teacher can give you ideas of understanding. Teacher can give you nice thoughts at the most. But to take that thought and keep in my mind, that is not the teacher's area. Teacher can at the most give you certain goals, means, but internalizing is teacher cannot do much regarding that. So I have seen sometimes best teachers have worst students. I gave the example yesterday, Shivji and Rama, if you remember that. Who can be better teacher than Shivji? So don't blame teachers that I was not taught or he was not forcing me. You can't force knowledge. So one has to put effort, and I'm repeating it here, effort is not a physical work that I am putting effort to shift this table. I am putting effort to drive, or I am putting effort to... No, this is not effort here. Here, the difficult part is that effort is at your emotional level. You have to not allow certain emotions of anger, and you have to push certain emotions. Certain ideas you don't like, but you have to keep on thinking. Certain identities you don't like, but you have to take, and some you have to drop. This is where it comes to emotional handling, intellectual convincing, and identificational shift. These three areas, effort are there. And there is in your mind, and therefore you are alone. In the spiritual path, the challenge is that you are alone. It's a solitary path. God has made it like that. Only but I have my Guru, etc. Guru is there. If you have Guru Bhakti, Guru will be in your mind. How much Guru to bring in your mind, that is in your hand. You can't force the Guru in my mind. How much Guru is in my mind, that is the student's area. He may not allow the Guru inside the mind. He does his own way. This was the next point of self-effort. Is it clear? No? If you don't put effort, when you are, supposing Ganges is flowing and the current is 10 km per hour, and you are on a boat or you are swimming, and your speed is 2 kilometers per hour. So it will add to it. And supposing you are going against the current, it will become 8. So you have your own current inside, your own vasanas inside, your own tendencies inside, your own way of thinking on a situation, your own emotional weaknesses and strength. People say, how long will I take to progress? It depends upon you. How can I say? Will in this birth I'll get moksha or not? How can I say? Doesn't appear. But, am I discouraging or not discouraging? But you're not putting effort, that is what I'm saying. Why? You're not able to get in the morning? Oh. Is that related to moksha? Of course. So my point is that one has to force. When you force for something little, after some time it becomes spontaneous. And little by little when you force, slowly difficult thing becomes easier. There is effort involved, right? I hope. So don't be very easy with yourself. That what is going, I go with the flow. I don't know what does it mean. I have heard a lot. Which flow you go with? I don't know what does it mean. I go with the flow. Are you a boatsman? No, not that flow. But people say you do. What do you want to say? Somewhere it is required, but somewhere it is your freedom. You can't go with the inside flow. Mind is feeling like hit him. I'm in flow. I feel like sleeping. No. Your feeling is different. So this is your area of improvement. And let me tell you, God alone will come in your life. But seeing your desire only, God will come. He will, I told you, He has a winning shot. He will alone help you. But unless you do something, then God is not, because your prayer won't have strength. You pray well only in the area where you are defeated. Where you have not put effort, your prayers are weak. Your prayer doesn't have strength in them. So self-effort is also required. This was another point. You can see this fourth, fifth point, whatever is there. Which point was this? Fourth point. Huh? Fourth or fifth? Fifth point. चलो अच्छी बात. आपको करना पड़ेगा. कुछ करो इसको. Do something. Don't just say भगवान की जब कृपा हो गई. कृपा को don't use कृपा as a shield for your laziness. Don't use the word grace to hide your incompetency and laziness, etc. मार पड़ेगी नहीं तो. So this was the next point. ये है, आप लगे रहो. If you do 10 malas, Bhagwan will see, okay, he is doing 10 malas, he is not able to get my meditation. You do 20 malas, still not able to get. You do 50 malas. You do 100 malas. Slowly Bhagwan will think, okay, he has done quite a bit. Let me give him good meditation for 5-10 minutes. You do 200 malas. I'm giving an example. I guarantee God will come and make you win. You have to invoke God through your actions. Ab dekho, Arjun knew that Mahabharata is difficult, but still he did tapasya for Lord Shiva, and he did tapasya to please Devi ji before Mahabharata, and got the boons from them. Although he had Lord Krishna, but Lord Krishna only told all these things. You go. So, this is an area of tapasya. Spiritual life is very difficult because we don't have that much of commitment. We are not bent upon it. We are not after it. We are not, unless you are totally after it, you can't crack it. Because it's a difficult thing. A big boulder is there, and you are putting one hand or one leg to shift it, and one hand is eating ice cream. Or with one hand you are holding husband or wife. It is a big boulder. It needs constant with your feet, with your hand, with everything. You have to push it. It's not a small, coffee table that you just shift with one hand. And then they say, Swamiji, I'm not able to change after listening so much also. And I'm also seeing that. Why is it like that? Because you are an old nut. What? I don't take nuts. No. Old is an old fox, not nuts. No, I'm mixing. You are a nut case plus old fox. And therefore it is difficult. Your mind is very difficult to deal with. And therefore you are not putting as much of effort as is required in the right direction. You finish your quota, whatever little sadhana you do, and that you are very happy about it. And still you are not able to steer your deeper subconscious and unconscious reactions and responses that is hiding in you. You don't deal. You are not going to the depth of the riverbed. On the surface swimmer you are there. And you are expecting heavens. कैसे होगा भाई तुम? Effort करो कुछ. Okay. Next point Bhagavan says in the 5th verse, 2nd line is that you are your own enemy and you are your own friend. Now this I explained yesterday, that mind etc., body, mind, intellect is called here Atma. And Atmana is of the Jiva. If you remember that. Remember that. What is instrument? Instrument means sadhak tamam karanam. Maharishi Panini says, definition of instrument, what can be employed? Like eyes is your instrument. How do you know? Look here. Yes, I'm looking. Close your eyes. You can use it as you want. Okay? Look up. No, in life. Oh, sorry. Look up. Please pay attention. Okay, I'm listening now. Keep quiet. So you see the body, the mind, you can employ it here and there. They are employable. Sadhak tamam. Okay. Close your ears. Don't listen. Put finger on your lips. So they are employable things. Remember, these instruments are very important. Why? Because through them only you have to know the truth. Through them only you have to eat. Through them only you have to sleep.